Title: The Early Missionaries in Africa, How Christianity Spread Across the Continent. Who were these missionaries? Why did they come? And how did they change Africa forever? Let's explore the story of the early missionaries in Africa, their hopes, struggles, and lasting impact. Missionary work in Africa began as early as the 15th century, when Portuguese explorers brought Catholic priests along their voyages. But it wasn't until the 19th century, during the era of European exploration and colonization, that missionary activity truly exploded. Several missionary societies played leading roles across the continent. The London Missionary Society, LMS, famous for sending David Livingstone to southern Africa. The Church Missionary Society, CMS, active in Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda. The Society of African Missions and White Fathers worked in West and North Africa. The Jesuits returned in the 19th century, focusing on education and evangelism. Each group had its own approach, but they all faced immense challenges: tropical diseases, harsh climates, resistance from local leaders, and deep cultural differences. One of the most famous missionaries was Dr. David Livingstone. He believed in what he called the 3 C's: Christianity, commerce, and civilization. Livingstone traveled deep into Central and Southern Africa, not just to preach, but also to explore. He fought against the slave trade and dreamed of an Africa connected through faith and trade, not slavery and exploitation. Missionaries left a deep mark on African societies, both positive and controversial. Positive impacts. They built schools and hospitals, introducing literacy and modern medicine. They translated the Bible into local languages, preserving many of them in written form. Some fought against slavery and promoted human dignity. But there were also negative sides. Missionaries often disrespected traditional African religions and labeled them pagan. They sometimes worked hand in hand with colonial powers, paving the way for European domination. Their teachings disrupted traditional cultures and authority systems. Despite these tensions, many Africans embraced Christianity, adapting it to their own cultures and traditions. By the 20th century, African converts were founding independent churches, blending Christian faith with African identity. Today, Africa is home to over 600 million Christians, a living testimony to the complex legacy of the early missionaries. The story of the early missionaries in Africa is not just about faith, it's about change, conflict, and connection. It reminds us that history is never one-sided, it's a dialogue between worlds. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from African history.